My name is Keith Fraser, and we are going over the changes in the oceans as a result of global warming, and specifically the melting of polar ice and the habitat destruction for polar bears and other affected species. So, where's the ice melting? So, majority of it is coming from Greenland with a whopping 303 gigatons per year. As you can see in the top right, that is the red section is the increased amount of the ice cap that is melting and refreezing, but less and less is being refrozen each year. And then second, the West Antarctica with 118 gigatons per year. And that big red spot on the left of the picture in the bottom right is the area that is melting and refreezing. And with these two alone, it's locked into 3 feet or more of sea level change in the near future. So habitat destruction, there's enough ice in the Antarctic ice sheet, which is home to many species in colder regions. It can raise the water level by almost 190 feet, and it covers an area that is nearly 5.4 million square miles. And that's greater than both the US and India put together. And with this landmass melting, multiple native species are losing their habitats, such as polar bears. So, geography versus climate change. The Larsen B ice shelf in 2002 was caused by rising air and ocean temperatures, and this was a large sheet of ice that ended up melting. It was at the horn of the continent of the Antarctic Peninsula, and this was probably the earliest warning sign of climate change in Antarctica. And a floating ice cap that covered almost 1,300 square miles had been steady for more than 10,000 years, and it vanished in only a month. This is obviously a huge problem when it comes to climate change and the changing temperatures in the northern regions. So a few animals that are in danger are the Arctic fox, as you can see in the top right, polar bears, which you can see in the bottom left, the prairie pigeon, the Arctic peregrine falcon, the wood bison, as well as caribou, and narwhals you can see in the bottom right, and the muskox. So, being one of the most popular species to like being damaged by the ice melting away are polar bears. So how are they being affected? And the ice that they depend on is melting away as a result of these rising temperatures. As you can see on the right, there's an increasing and decreasing areas for the ice as well as stable areas. But as you can see with the red, there are definitely a large number of declining spots with less ice that we do not want to see. Now, how are penguins being affected? This is also another species being affected by the ice melting away. Climate change poses a serious threat to the emperor penguin's extinction in the next 30 to 40 years, according to experts from the Argentine Antarctic Institute. And this species of penguin inhabits the frozen tundra and frigid waters of Antarctica. And according to a recent study by an international team of penguin experts, 98% of emperor penguin colonies in Antarctica might be wiped out by 2100 under the worst case scenarios, and 70% of colonies could go extinct by 2050 if the current rate of sea ice loss continues. So now what can we do to help? We can help, or we can recycle to help climate change and just help the environment all around. Switch to renewable energy sources such as solar and wind powered energy, and we can drive less or carpool to reduce those emissions into the atmosphere, and that will help with the rising temperatures worldwide. Now, a question we can ask ourselves is, how can we help these endangered species that are losing their habitats to global warming? And these are my sources.